Hi, my name is Jabin Williams, and I welcome you to Daily Inspiration. I started a series yesterday titled Creating a Brand New Life, and I'm going to continue from there today. Creating a Brand New Life, Part 2, and the caption is What Failure Is. We must have a deep understanding of what failure is. John Maxwell said, and I quote, "Your attitude towards failure determines your altitude after failure." Your attitude towards failure determines your altitude after failure. In other words, friends, your perspective of what the world calls failure is what determines your response and reaction to it. And that in turn determines your outcome when you find yourself in such a situation. Some people see failure as the end of their journey and believe that nothing good could ever come out of them or out of the situation. So they excuse themselves from every opportunity they may have to succeed again. Yet, there are others who see failure differently and they go ahead to make the most of it. They attain outstanding successes that makes it hard for anyone to believe that they have failed before or they have ever failed. Failure never leaves you the same way. It will either leave you flat on the ground or become a stepping stone to your greatness in life, depending on your perspective. So I'm going to be unveiling on what we actually call failure. That is what failure is. What failure is. That is our caption today. Number one, failure is an event. Failure is only an event. The first thing you must understand about failure is that it is only an event while you are a person, and that means you are bigger or superior to that failure. An event is simply an occurrence. It only comes to pass, that is, it came and it will pass, not to stay. So when you see failure around your life, regard it as a mere passerby. In other words, failure is a passerby. Don't let it stick to you. Don't stay there. Every event is short-lived. They have just short time to live. It is not meant to last forever. No matter how long failure has been hanging around your life, you are bound to outlive it. So let the event let that event pass instead of allowing your life to pass with it. The event came, it will pass. So allow it to go in order for your life not to go with it. If you learn to see failure as an event, you will surely outlive your failure. Failure does not have power to stick to your life. It does not have power to stick to you permanently except you embrace it. Unfortunately today, many people in this generation celebrate failure to a point where they get into depression, which often leads to a breakdown in their health, such as hypertension, paralysis, and the likes. So my friend, I beg of you, stop recollecting your sad past. Let it go. The past has gone. Failure is an occurrence, like I said. It may occur around your life, but the truth is you cannot fail. When the devil says you have come to your end, don't mind the devil. Tell the devil right away, this is just a bend. It's like a car that is about to turn in a particular bend. the car needs to stop for a while before it will bend. It will not just come the way it accelerates and it will turn to its right or left destination. No, when it gets to the bend, it will stop for a while. So rather than stopping or start crying over the situation you pass through, tell the devil this is just a bend. So rather than stopping, you simply negotiate your situation as a bend and move on. Your situation, that challenge is just a bend, and you will move on once you understand that failure is just an event that came as a passerby that will go at a particular point in time. Number 2, I'm still talking about what failure is. Failure is an experience. For any man that has passed through some challenges of life would have learned 1 or 2 lessons. It is an experience of life. There are 2 factors to consider when failure or tragedy occurs in man's life. Number 1, the substance or things that you may have lost in the course of the challenges, such as money, property, relationship, etc., etc. And number 2 is the experience. Many people today focus on the losses rather than the experience they ought to gain from while they are passing through that problem. So instead of them to take time to learn or gain from their situation, they wouldn't. That is why they lose their heart. They lost their heart in the course of those challenges. When failure occurs, what should occupy your mind most is the lesson to learn from it. That is one of the benefits of failure. Learn lesson. Take time to learn. Every problem that came into your life has come to teach you a lesson. If you make it the most of the experience, you will soon recover whatever substance you had lost. So if you take time to learn from that mistakes, that failure, definitely you will gain from it at the long run. You will recover all the substance that you've lost. Now let us consider the story of Abraham Lincoln, for instance. He was one of the greatest presidents that America has ever produced. But that man started failing at age 32. He suffered in business several times. Then he went into politics and he lost the election at 5 different levels. In the process, his business failed twice and his precious wife also died. In the midst of all this happening, when he was asked what he planned to do next, he said, "I will still contest for vice presidency." He did all this and he did not even consider how many times he has failed. He did all that again. He contested as vice president and he failed one more time. Yet he refused to call it failure. Rather, he said, "I am getting or gaining experience." Then he contested for presidency and won. He became the president of America at the age of 60. Friends, there is no how many times you have failed. There is no amount of time you have failed in what you're doing that someone has not failed before. Don't allow that failure to keep you in that spot. Don't allow those challenges to keep you in that position and people will start asking you what is wrong with you. Now let us also consider a man called Thomas Edison, the man who invented the electric bulb. He said to have performed this experiment several times. He failed. He tried several times. He failed, and he didn't allow his failure to hinder him. And people start asking, "How many times did you fail?" Edison said to them, "I didn't fail any time. I only discovered how many ways it could not be done." He did not accept that failure. Hence, failure actually teaches you how to avoid failing in the future, because any man who has failed before test it, and would therefore do anything possible never to fail again. It is those who have failed enough that begin to succeed. Friend, failure is part of life. You can create another world. You can actually create another life out of the existing failure to bring the best out of you. In the final analysis, failure is good. It affords you the opportunity to glean experience for future use. It propels you, it prepares you for greater challenges ahead of you. Never see today's problem as the end of the problem you're going to face. Another one is coming. So don't sit there and say that, why is these things happening to me? I would like you to understand from what I've said today that failure is an event. Failure is also an experience. You gather experience to fight the next battle. Friends, until I come your way again tomorrow, that I will continue from where I stop. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will see it while you are listening on your screen or probably on your phone. Take time to subscribe. And for any kind of counseling, or you want me to talk to you, you can call or you WhatsApp me directly. I remain your best friend, Jabin Williams, and I care. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.